Go ahead.
And we're here with Denise Barney, the clinical outpatient manager at Meridian Health. First of all, tell us what you do at Meridian.
I am the outpatient manager of both MAT and all of the outpatient facilities for Meridian Health Services. So I oversee everything from counseling to, making sure the clients get what they need, what they want, from the moment they walk in the door all the way out the door.
And could you explain what MAT is?
So MAT's medication assisted therapy. So it's set up to help people who have chronic opiate addiction. So all the other avenues that they tried, they failed at. So this allows them to become more successful in life so that they can maintain jobs, have their families, and basically have a life prior to what they were doing. A lot of times for people who have used for a long time, all the simple remedies are not helping enough. So this gives them a connection to the outside world that makes them feel part of, instead of like the throwaway society that people give up on.
Well, and it's particularly difficult for somebody who's been addicted to something for a very long time to just go cold turkey, isn't it?
Absolutely. As someone in long-term recovery, I can tell you the channels that I went through earlier in life were not designed the way it is today. And I think today more people are obviously involved and aware, and it's not a dirty secret anymore. So this opens up the door for people to actually have a life and see that they can change. There are many facets to get clean and sober, but this one is one that actually connects them back to the world, their family, and to feel part of a society that they felt like no one cared.
So in terms of outpatient therapy, you have patients that obviously can come, residents that come and stay here, but you also then are dealing with patients who don't. So tell us a little bit about how that treatment varies and how it's different.
Well, in the MAT program, they can come daily to dose. They eventually can earn take-homes if they're doing everything they're supposed to. They attend counseling, they attend group therapy, they have their medical meetings, they have PRC services. Our PRCs will meet them in the community to go to meetings, because a lot of times people are afraid.
Over the last year, it's been obviously very difficult for many people because of the pandemic, but Meridian never stopped.
No, we never
and
did.
You're continuing to do what you have to do. So just explain a little bit on what a day looks like.
Well, for the clients now, because especially it's hard because a lot of community support out there has been shut down because of the pandemic. So we have clients that will just come and try to be here with us when they're struggling, and we allow that. We'll sit in group rooms with them and provide them support. They can call in for sessions if they can't get here or they've been exposed to the virus. They call in for groups. We do Microsoft Teams so that they can see each other, and see their therapist. We also now started an app with a company out of Canada, and it's called Tricycle, and the client can check in on their phone and say how they're feeling, and my PRCs or our clinical therapists can reach out to them to make sure they're okay. So we're giving them as much support we can through this pandemic. A lot of times too, you'll just have them come in for sessions just because they need to have some kind of physical contact. We, apply the 6 feet rule and everything, but the clients are grateful because there's nothing else that they can do.
And what sets Meridian apart from other facilities?
I believe we're different than everybody else because we're constantly evolving and trying our best to help the addict that's still suffering. And for me personally, considering my long-term recovery, to see how many changes that Meridian is constantly going through in order to help people become successful, it is just amazing to me. I've only been with the company a little less than 3 years, and the amount of things that we've changed just so that each person feels unique and feels special and feels cared about is amazing.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I think something that's real important, as someone in the recovery community, I was very apprehensive about the MAT program. I came up in a world where this wasn't something that in my recovery community accepted. So taking on this challenge, I was very apprehensive. However, it's been probably one of the greatest gifts I've experienced, because to see people come in and living in parks and being able to come in and dose and get to a level that's safe and start to have jobs and get their families back and their kids back has been an amazing change for me personally. To know that there's several ways to recovery. It's just not in stone one way to make it. You can make it any way as long as you have the help, and Meridian does that. And I'm proud to be here.